As students weigh the cost of college, some companies are now starting to target new employees based on skills rather than degrees. To talk more about this shift is Executive Coach Liz Bentley. Good morning. So good to see you.
Good morning.
So first, what exactly is skill-based hiring? A little different here.
Yeah, it is a great alternative. This is where companies are specifically looking for people with skills to fit jobs right away as they come into entry-level and management positions, as opposed to regular degrees or degrees you get out of college. Now, this is a great alternative. As you said, families are under a lot of pressure with the college tuitions going up and a lot of financial pressure, and they can't afford it. Skills-based learning is a really great alternative with this hiring system.
Hello everyone, today we are diving into one of the biggest shifts happening in the world of requirement, the transition from credential-based hiring to skill-based hiring. For designers, job applications have been centered around qualifications like degree and years of experience. But in today's fast-evolving, high-tech environment, those traditional measures are no longer enough. Employers are now realizing that what truly matters is not where someone studied, but what they can actually do. The skills-first revolution, the movement to replace credential-based hiring with a skills-first approach, has dramatically accelerated within the past 2 years. The traditional resume, rooted in a mid-23rd century labor model, is increasingly seen as inadequate for assessing modern capabilities. McKinsey Workforce Transformation Report notes that skills-based hiring adoption has surged from 40% in 2020 year to 16% in 2024 year, reflecting a commitment to measurable competencies over formal qualifications. Inside Malaysia, skill-first hiring is gaining momentum. News from People Matter stated that many companies are redesigning job structures and investing in upskilling initiatives to cultivate a more agile and productivity workforce. According to LinkedIn's Future of Talent reports, Malaysian employers are placing greater emphasis on technical skills at 38% and transferable skills at 28%, while formal education is 10% and years of experience is 12% are becoming secondary considerations. Moreover, 67% of businesses are open to hiring professionals from different industries, provided they possess the necessary expertise. The credentialing increases degree over-reliance. In Malaysia, degrees are often overused as a proxy for skills, potentially screening out up to 2/3 of the population, which is skilled through alternative routes or stars, who possesses the necessary technical or soft capabilities but lack a specific university qualifications. Relevance gap. Many employers report that the skills acquired in traditional tertiary education programs do not adequately prepare graduates for the specific demands of modern, high-tech jobs and future weakening the degrees value as a primary screening tool. Potential consequences of not addressing the issue, failing to embrace a skills-first approach could result in a stagnant, less competitive economy. The first one is continued talent mismatch and shortage. Companies will continue to struggle with an ever-shrinking pool of talent from traditional sources, losing the talent war to agile competitors. The second one is decreased agility and innovation. Organizations that stick to jobs-based models will be less flexible and slower to adapt to rapid technological change, hindering innovation and growth. The third one is perpetuation of systematic inequality. The reliance on degrees will continue to screen out qualified candidates, which is stars, and reinforce socioeconomic biases, limiting opportunities for a large segment of the populations. Impact of the issue. The shift to SBH has profound and multiplicated impacts across employees, organizations, governments, and society, bringing both significant benefits and notable challenges. Positive impacts of skill-based hiring. The first one is employee impacts. More equal opportunities and career growth. Why? People without degrees like veterans, career changers, or TVET graduates can get jobs based on skills, not certificates. This opens door for career advancement. The second one is organizations' impact, better performance and higher retentions. Why? Employees hire based on skills performance, better and stay longer. Companies reports as 25 to 13% higher retention rate, and skill-based teams are more agile and adapt faster to change. The third one is government impact, stronger public service and talent pool. Why? Malaysia has started reducing degree requirements for certain roles. This leads to more applications from undiverse group and increased job participations in government jobs. The lastly is society impact, economic growth and less bias. Why? Decisions are made based on skills, not background or network. This reduces bias, improve fairness and boost innovations. Negative impacts and challenge. The first one is organizations' HR challenge, hard to assess skills. The issue is evaluating skills is more complicated than checking a degree. It needs tools like tests, simulations, or portfolios. The second one is government's HR challenge. More applicants than expected. The issue removing degrees requirements can flood HR with applications, slowing the hiring process. The third one is everyone challenge. Resistant to change. The issue some leaders still prefer degree-based hiring. HR systems are also still designed around qualifications, not skills. Lastly, society or technology challenge. AI bias issue. AI is hiring to strengths and old data may repeat biases. For example, favoring certain genders in specific fields. Potential solutions. Effective solutions require a multi-level strategy involving systematic, cultural, and technological change, all of which must be evidence-based and feasible. The first one is standardized skill measurements and verifications. Utilize technology for assessment. Implement job skills testing, such as real-world work simulations and structured assessment, to provide an unbiased, validated evaluations of a candidate's actual ability to perform. Adopt digital credentials. Use learning and employment records, which is LERS, digital badge, and rich skill descriptions, which is RSDS, to standardize and clearly define the skills being sought. These tools make skills variable and portable, replacing the function of transcript. The second one is structural and organizational reform. Redesign job descriptions. Audit and update job descriptions to eliminate unnecessary degree requirements and focus solely on the 5 to 7 critical capabilities that differentiate top performance. For example, replacing bachelor degree required with bachelor degree or equivalent experience in specific skills. Train hiring managers. Invest in capacity building programs for HR professionals and hiring managers to shift their mindset from credential evaluation to capability assessment and how to interpret multidimensional evaluations. Audit internal skills. Conduct a skills audit of the current workforce to promote internal mobility and fill skills gaps from within. Establishing a skills-based culture before scaling to external hiring. The third one is public-private alignment and policy. Government incentive. Government should propose tax deduction, training grants, and wage subsidies for companies that hire or upskill individuals based on competency. Education partnership. Universities and educational institutions must partner with employers to co-design courses and certifications that meet industry needs, ensuring that skills taught are relevant and employees have replacement metric as degree requirement drops. Ethical AI oversight. When using AI to screen applications, maintain ethical oversight and transparency to prevent automate bias. The process must be transparent and auditable. Summary of key findings and importance. The transition from credential-based to skill-based hiring is not merely an HR trend. It is a fundamental necessary change in the operating model of the workforce driven by technological disruptions and talent scarcity. Performance is the primary driver. The evidence overwhelming shows that skill-based hiring result in the better job performance, higher retentions, and greater organizational agility. Equity is a core outcome. This approach effectively dismantles unnecessary barriers to employment, providing more equitable opportunities for individuals who are skilled through alternative routes. Structural change is harder than technology. The most significant barriers are not technical but cultural and systematic, requiring a change in the mindset from hiring managers and a complete overhaul of outdated HR processes. Restatement of importance. Addressing this issue is critical because failure to adapt will result in organizations struggling with talent shortage, decreased innovations, and inability to meet the demands of an increasingly complex and digitally driven economy. By embracing SPH, organizations, governments, and society can build a more equitability, efficient, and future-ready workforce that is valued for what people can demonstrate to, rather than where they can went to school.